Last 5 seconds. Ready? Start. Mr. Deputy Chairman, sir, I want to ask from the Honorable Minister one question. I do not want to make a speech on the bill. The Honorable Minister said that the entire general insurance business wanted this principal agents to continue. I agree that when the 1950 Act was passed by Parliament, they said that there was no need for these speculations and that ordinary agents could carry on the work. But after the experience of so many years, they came to the conclusion that these principal agents performed a function. You know, sir, that this general insurance business is quite different from life insurance business. It is a most risky business, a business like fire insurance, marine insurance, etc. Large amounts of money are involved there. For instance, in the case of fire insurance, rupees 1 lakh is almost the minimum. The premium is very small, so the nature of business is quite different. And because of the nature of this business, if there is a dishonest agent, he can abuse the privileges. As I said, sir, it is a matter of fire insurance, and whether all the provisions of the contract have been fulfilled or not is not clearly stated. If there is an unscrupulous agent, he can certainly make a wrong report. Similar is the case in marine insurance. All sorts of goods come from foreign countries and they are insured. Then there is the inspection carried out. When inspection takes place, the agent is generally present. The principal agents used to be recognized firms of some status as against an individual agent. These firms had a status, they had a capital, they had a background, and they used to employ 2 or 3 subsidiary agents to carry on the work. Naturally, these principal agents had an important place, I suppose, in regard to the Act of 1950. Parliament, in its wisdom, came to the conclusion that principal agents might not be necessary, but there is the experience of 7 years. I want to know from the Honorable Minister why, when the industry comes to the conclusion after an experience of 7 years that the principal agent is an important person in performing a function, this via media was adopted. The Honorable the Deputy Finance Minister said that this was only a via media. They can continue as ordinary agents. These principal agents used to get only 5% commission, and they used to get that commission in order to see and carefully scrutinize that the ordinary agents brought them good business. As a matter of fact, by taking 5% as commission, these principal agents put their stamp on the business secured by the ordinary agent. So we are to be fully convinced otherwise. If the Honorable the Deputy Finance Minister brings forward very cogent and weighty arguments that the principal agents were abusing their power, they were taking unnecessarily high commission, or they were doing some bogus business, or that they were not performing a genuine work, and that the ordinary agents can perform the same work, it will be reasonable. But just because 7 years ago we passed certain laws, and even after having come to the conclusion that we took a wrong step, if we do not rectify it, it will not be fair and it may harm the business. You know, sir, that the life insurance business has gone out from private hands. There is only this general insurance business, and it is very essential that this business is carried on healthy and proper lines, and I do believe that the principal agent is performing a very good function for the nominal amount of commission that he gets. He performs a genuine work and he has a genuine place, therefore he should be retained and he should not be removed. It is possible that these principal agents will not like to become ordinary agents, they would not like to do ordinary canvassing work. It may not be up to their dignity and status to perform ordinary business. So here I would like to get an explanation on this point from the minister. The other thing is about the alteration of section 118. I heard some time back that the government of India were thinking of entering the general insurance business. We are having a large number of industrial concerns in the public sector with large amount of money invested in them. There are so many concerns which are all nationalized. If you insure them for general Insurance against fire and other risks. With insurance companies, you will have to pay a big amount of premium. I should have thought, sir, that instead of giving this exemption under section 118, the government would have come forward with a proposal for establishing a nationalized general insurance business, especially for the government industrial undertakings. We are going on increasing the number of buildings in every city which are government owned. Sir, I am glad to move this motion, and still more so because the prospect of having the assistance of members of both houses while dealing with this bill in the select committee is quite satisfying and promising. Under the normal rules, it is not usual to have such a joint select committee to deal with this and an allied bill, which I hope I shall have the opportunity of moving for consideration soon in this house. The bill as it is sufficiently voluminous, but its volume does not in any way indicate anything controversial about it. It is a straight forward bill. It goes into details and embodies a complete scheme in its provisions. It has more than 500 clauses and 10 appendix. The bill proposes to set up a corporation for Delhi. This idea of a corporation for Delhi has been engaging the minds of the people of Delhi and those interested in its administration for a pretty long time. The first attempt to set up a corporation was made when a bill was framed sometime in 1947. According to that bill, only some of the civil areas of Delhi were to be included within the area to be administered by the corporation. The areas that are administered by other local bodies in Delhi state, such as Shadra notified area and others, were to be left out, but this bill now goes much farther. The entire civil area of the New Delhi state, whether urban or rural, except the cantonment area and part of New Delhi, is to come within the scope of this bill. Stop.